Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while, I'm sorry, I've been really busy. I've been teaching at Wilfrid Laurier University and this past year was wonderful but so busy teaching an oboe techniques course for education majors, coaching a chamber group, as well as teaching all my students and doing all the gigs and concerts. But I'm really excited. This summer I have a little bit of extra time, so I wanted to put out some new videos and some fun content for you to enjoy. Today's video I think is really special and really interesting. It is a review of an oboe that costs under $1,000 US. This oboe was sent to me for free, and so that is my caveat. Like, take that information and do with it what you will. You can search back in previous review videos that I've done on my channel, and I think you'll know that I always give my most honest and unfiltered opinions, sometimes to my own detriment. But when Singers Day reached out to me and asked me if I could try out their brand new oboe and give you some of my thoughts on it, I could not pass up the opportunity. To those who don't know me, my name is Ron. I'm an oboist. I make YouTube videos sometimes, and I'm also on Instagram at oboron, so please find me there. Don't be a stranger. If you like this video and it speaks to you and you learn something or you have fun, feel free to give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button below. Without further ado, here is the oboe. So it's priced at 980 bucks, which is extremely cheap for an oboe that has this many keys. A lot of times you can get like a used student model that might be missing like a left F or whatever. So this has like almost a full complement, almost a professional complement of keys, including the left F and the low B flat. The one biggest thing that it's missing is the split ring on the D, which means a few things with like intonation in the high register, being able to trill in tune from D sharp to E, and that's about it, I guess. Ta-da! Ta-da! So I'm gonna put it together. We'll see how it all joins up. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You always want to put the bell on first. I know this is a review for like basically an Amazon oboe. And so it's always good to have a reminder that if it's hard to put together, add cork grease. If you haven't seen my beginner oboe tutorial, I'll put that link right here. Now I'm rubbing in that cork grease, nice and good. Bell first. Oh yeah, much better. And I want to line that up. For some people, this might be their first oboe with a low B flat. And so you really want that to line up right there. And then just push it all the way in. And then we have the top joint. So something that's cool and you would never ever get for an instrument at this price is the third octave key, which can be fun for playing up real high. It's got all the trill keys, left F, which I think is a must, absolute must, even for a complete beginner. Left F, non-negotiable. Yeah, good, all right. It looks like an oboe. So this is not wood, but it is some sort of synthetic. We'll see how it plays. Okay, my first impression is that it actually sounds really good. Like, surprisingly so for an instrument that is this cheap. I could definitely see a use case for myself as an outdoor instrument anytime I want to, because it is a synthetic instrument and it won't be cracking. Something that's a challenge with a wooden instrument, even if it's lined, sometimes in bad conditions, like the oboe can crack. So this is kind of a fun use case for that for me. It plays comfortably up in the high register, really easy. It plays pretty well in the high register. Something like I said before, we are missing that split key right here. I'll show you that on my oboe. So here's the difference, right? There's not a hole here, and here there's not only a whole, but you can press down like part of the key through using like the C key. So I do really find that that affects the high D on this instrument that I'm reviewing. It makes that note a little bit more difficult to come out, which is a bit of a challenge, but we'll go with it, right? Like for this price point, usually students are barely able to make a sound. What I'll do next is I'll play a little passage for you, first on this instrument and then on my own oboe, just to give you a little bit of an idea of the contrast of when you're spending $1,000 or $10,000. So you notice something on the high A. To me, it's not as full as I would like it. And maybe that's like a small adjustment issue. Sometimes when you get a new instrument, especially when you buy it, not from a music store that has repair techs in it, like you're buying it online on Amazon, or you're just mail ordering it in from the manufacturer, that is a challenge. So sometimes little things can go awry in travel. And so the nice thing about buying an instrument from a store which has repair techs is that they can fix all those little things before you actually walk out of the store with the instrument. Something you might have to do when you get this oboe is potentially like take it in to your local reputable music store to have them fix a few things here and there and make sure it's really working at its best. Now I'm going to play the same passage on my own oboe. What I notice is that the Singer's Day oboe is actually really nice and covered. Like it doesn't have too much brightness to it, which is actually really nice in a beginner instrument. So you don't have to worry about like really trying to cover the sound or trying to cover the reed. Like it's doing a lot of that work for you, which, you know, it has pros and cons. Like I think like some people like a lot of like inherent like ping and brightness in the instrument. And some people are like, oh, like my reeds are bright enough, like I'm gonna put that reed in a really dark oboe and the oboe is gonna do that work for me. I myself am like somewhere in the middle of that line, but I'm not gonna lie, like having this Singer's Day oboe to be able to take out into my outdoor gigs is pretty nice. So I'm not like fully used to all of the key work on this, but it sounds pretty nice. And I'm able to kind of maneuver through the different registers of it pretty easily. I'll now play it on my own oboe. Alright, so my overall thoughts are that this Singer's Day instrument is like pretty nice. It's pretty fun to play. I would definitely recommend it for someone who's looking for like an outdoor instrument or like a doubler who wants like a pretty decent horn to play on in a pit and it's not their main instrument. Because I do feel like as a professional, obviously like the high note stuff without the split ring is a bit of a deal breaker. However, I do think that it's also a great instrument for a beginner. I do think that compared to playing on like an old Selmer instrument that might not even have a left F, I do think that this is probably a big upgrade from that. And so if you're really insistent on buying your first instrument, which is, you know, a lot of people rent when they start, but if you're like, I'm gonna buy it right away. I do think that this is like a really good option for you, because then, you know, even when you upgrade to a better instrument, then you can always use this as a backup instrument or use it outdoors, which, like, the fact that it has the low B flat, left F, and the third octave key, I think allows you to play almost everything that you want to in an outdoor setting. All right, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Please let me know your own thoughts. Like, what did you hear? What were the differences? Feel free to check out Singers Day. I'm gonna include a link in the description of the video to the Oboe on their website, and I think they also have an Amazon link, so I'll put that in the description below. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram at oboeron. Wishing you lots of luck on your oboe journey, and hope to see you soon.